Hey ho! I didn't almost fall over, I did. Yeah, so welcome back to Boy Geeks Girl, the weekly show where I make stuff out of stuff. This week I'm going to show you how to make a super cute foxtail. Now, or a wolf tail, I just did it two-toned, you see? I'm going to show you how to make it super cute.
First things first, before you start any project, you're going to need supplies. So we have a pet brush, a wide tooth comb, a pair of scissors, and then I've got two different types of wool. This is because the foxtail is two-toned, so I've got the blue on the bottom and then that thick chunky wool on top. And then of course a pair of straighteners, which are very, very important for later on. Now, we start with the base wool. I mean, you can really use anything to make a base, but I chose to use my end of the foxy tail because I just thought it was so pretty. But it really doesn't really matter because like you're not going to see what's underneath, usually. So I've got about 20 threads, and they're about the length from my hand all the way up to my shoulder, so they're pretty long. I just wanted to make sure I had extra. So you braid that all the way down to the bottom until you're happy with the length. I mean, this is just basically the length of my arm. It's not that long. And what you can do there is you tie a knot at the end, and you can either just chop it all off, or you can save some and do what I did and brush it out just as a little bit of extra tuft for the bottom of the tail. And that's what I did. So what I did then is I took the thicker wool, which is for the main part of the tail. There's 5 of those because it is really, really chunky. And I took those at the length of my forearm, so that's the wrist to my elbow. So I took that and then I tied a knot in the centre of that. So there's about 10 threads in all hanging down from there, and then I just combed them out. I found the comb was better for using with the thicker wool, and then the brush itself was better for the finer stuff. Then when you're combing it out, just don't panic, because you are going to lose a lot of wool. I mean, it looks like I was shearing a sheep at this stage. But you're going to end up with this sort of crimped hair from the 90s. I don't know, does anyone else remember that, or am I just showing my age now? But then you take your straighteners out and you're just on the lowest setting, to be clear, because otherwise you're just gonna like sizzle stuff. Which is why I'm using synthetic wool here as well, is because if you're using the proper wool, you can just like melt it all down. And then once you've combed it out to little troll heads, you're just gonna keep making these till you have about 500,000. I don't know, there was a lot near the end. They all bumped up. And it is very time consuming, but I think it's really worth it in the end. Once you've got all the wool you need, you start attaching it to your braid. Now, because this is a foxtail, we're starting off with the bottom colour. And if you were doing a wolf tail, it's just all one colour. So you don't, but you would still be doing it in this order. We are working from the bottom to the top. So what we're doing is with each sort of section of braid, we are adding the tuft to the left, and then on the very next one we're adding it to the right. And then we're going to work up. So we're going to go from left to right, to left to right, or right to left, either way, however you feel you want to do it. But you're going to be moving up each time. Or you can do one on each side if you want to add extra thickness, but it really isn't necessary. But what we're going to do is we're going to continue up with the little colour tufts for the fox tip, but that's only going to go up about 1/8 of your actual length. And then once you've done that, you're going to start adding the other colour in, your main colour for the tail, which I have the white, and that's just going to go the same way as the other one did. We're just going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way to the top. But it really isn't necessary. But what we're going to do is we're going to continue up with the little colour tufts for the fox tip, but that's only going to go up about 1/8 of your actual length. And then once you've done that, you're going to start adding the other colour in, your main colour for the tail, which I have the white, and that's just going to go the same way as the other one did. We're just going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way to the top. And for the most part, that's how you get your lovely, fluffy, gorgeous, lovely foxtail. I also left a little nub right at the top, which I then folded over this little bit of braid to turn into a belt loop, so it could just slip onto a belt. But you can also take it and stitch in it as well, a little safety pin, so you can basically add it to any outfit. Ta-da!
And that's like the simplest way of doing it. I mean, the better the brush you have, the better it works, but that's another story for another day. And that's everything. Hopefully you liked your little wolftail or foxtail, and you can use the same technique basically to make ears and other sort of awesome fun things like that. And don't forget, if you like the video, click that like button, share it with all your friends, for reasons. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more crafty stuff, or if you want to join us every Friday where we chat about the week in geek. Where we talk about the geeky news events of the week, and probably some non-geeky stuff too, if it's very important. TV shows, movie releases, etc, etc. And we do that with a bunch of other YouTubers, not just ourselves, and I will see you on Friday. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen!